No ok, borci, no ok, borky, my jdeme zpátky do hry, zpátky do Hogwarts Legacy, kde máme ještě spoustu vedlejších úkolů. Máme najít tajemnou sochu Madame Rangwellové, nebo koho. Tak se koukneme, kde by měla být. Asi někde tady. No tak se tam podíváme, zkusíme splnit pár vedlejšáčků, uvidíme, kolik toho zvládneme, uvidíme, co zase nezvládneme. Každopádně hrajeme Hogwarts Legacy. Docela nám to jde, docela nás to baví. Tentokrát jdeme najít tajemnou sochu. Uvidíme, jak to půjde, kluci. Socha bude někde tady.
Rebellion.
Ze 20, jo. Není moc. 15. Ještě 5.
Rebellion. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
Nemizí.
Confringo.
Nemizí. Nechce zmizet.
Rebellion.
Velio. Šestnáct ze 20. Ještě 3. Že tohle se mi nechce otevřít. Ještě poslední. Dobré, máme. Zapálilo se to, socha se otevřela. Otevřela nám svoji náruč.
That's it. I should tell Madame Twiddle about what happened.
Vrať se k paní Twiddle. Ok, Twiddle Diddle. Twiddle Diddle Diddle.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
Koukám, tady je nějaký úkol.
Mother's rolling in her grave, she is.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Ig Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. Ah, she's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Then you're the only one who doesn't know about Catherine running off with that thief, Victor Rookwood and his lot. Good riddance, I said. Never thought she'd return to steal from me, us, but I just know it was her. I want her caught and sent to Azkaban for stealing a prize family heirloom, sister or no.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace belonged to the first of the Haggerty women, hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place, resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Hrou roku je Baldur's Gate 3. Je to fakt tak dobrý.
Is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them. except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
You? Ugh, nothing to be done by the
Okay,
likes of
koukneme po
us. This
zloději.
is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward. Long past your bedtime.
I should be
Ma'am.
going. Thank you.
Papa.
I'd keep an eye on your belongings if I were you. Catherine will steal the eyebrows off your face, she will.
Tady
I ought to
zajdeme
look
za
into this
madam.
thievery business for Mr. Haggerty once night falls. Mrs. Fiddle, your husband was right. The statue was part of a puzzle.
Oh, really? How exciting!
Yes, I had to destroy a number of large vases, and that seemed to activate some sort of charm on the statue.
Well done. Oh, I miss having someone like you around with a thirst for knowledge and a quick mind. Well, my curiosity has been satisfied. Thank you for that. Who knows what I'll encounter on my next constitutional?
OK.
Oh, my husband would be
Šéf
so
splněnej.
pleased to know he was right about that statue.
Šéf splněnej.
Mr. Haggerty, can you remind me what we spoke about?
I told you about my thieving sister Catherine. Ran off with a family heirloom and goodness knows what else from our
Jo,
neighbours.
jo, to jsem slyšel.
I should be...
Tak. Musíme jít na noční scénu.
Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty.
Máme se podívat po zloději, jo?
I must be on the right track. It looks as if the thief took more than they could carry.
OK.
More gold. I must be getting closer.
Vypadá to, že se blížíme.
Revelio.
Kdo to není? Tudy ne. Tu dál.
Revelio.
Revelio. Tak kde až je ten zloděj?
Revelio. A niffler. It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all.
Kdeže je zloděj?
That must be the Haggerty family heirloom.
Super, máme.
Revelio.
zloděje.
Take this news. His sister and his heirloom's coming home.
Letíme zpátky, jdeme to oznámit. Je 300 metrů. Dobrý den. Mám vaše dědictví.
I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing too unmasked, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a niffler.
A what?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose, mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind this. Now, thanks to you, I won't have to. What a strange world.
OK, kšeft splněnej.
Perhaps they can't send a niffler to Azkaban.
Zloděj v noci. Tak, co tu máme dál? Úkoly. No, musím v horním Hogsfieldu. Někde. Na druhé straně mapy.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Máme nazbírat černověř, ne?
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she... I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawklumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
OK. Tohle máme. Kecáno, doletíme sem. Vybereme černobřez, vstoupíme do jeskyně.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Scrottle mentioned.
Dobré. Dobré, dobré.
I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Better have a look
Sbírám
around, see
dopisy.
if I can
5
find
dopisů
any
někde.
letters. That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Sbírej dopisy, jo? To tam všechny u sebe.
Either I'll have to fight that
Ale ne,
troll
troll.
or avoid it altogether.
29. Půlka dole. Dobré, máme ho. Máme troly ty trola. Kudy teď? Černovřez. Dobré. Zpátky nahoru. Revelio. Moc psaní, nechci to číst.
This must be Sirona's box of letters. I should take this.
Dobré.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back.
Tak, co teď? Zpátky za Sironou. Jsem se tu bugnul. Letíme tuhle skálu. Můžete vstoupit. Aha. Co tu máme, co mi dáme?
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help.
And for returning this.
Dobré, quest splněn. 8 z 18, jsme v polovině skoro. Tak. Ještě tu vidím 2. Mluv si se skřetem.
Fret, Biscuit. I shall sort something.
Hello, is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf, Biscuit, was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. But now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hypocrite.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garnuff.
How kind. If you do see her,
Dobrý.
do keep an eye out for her. And be careful out there.
Oko,
Poachers are an
truhla.
unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garnuff's
Vezmu
mooncalf.
500.
Sounds as if I'd need to.
Ještě bych potřeboval pro tenhle kšeft.
Those poachers.
To bych potřeboval pro jeden kšeft. Tak tady někde je pán.
Hello.
Paní,
Is there
paní.
something I can help you with?
How do you do? I'm Satirissa Tugwood, and I have an exciting business proposition for you. Now, it may surprise you to learn that someone of my obvious esteemed lineage would be in business. But I only want to help the less fortunate.
That's incredibly nice of you.
Oh, there's more. You see, I've been experimenting with a new beauty cream. A cream that will rid our glorious school of the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our poor pubescent classmates. But I've run out of the key ingredient, Booba pus. Booba do grow in the Forbidden Forest, however. If only...
Dobře, chce nějaký
I
rostlinky.
can try and find some for you if I have the time.
Marvellous. I only need a few Booba but they grow wild, so you'll have to look around.
OK.
Our spotty classmates are counting on you, so...
Jdu do zapovězeného lesa na sever od Prasinek.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Who lived here, I wonder? This is where Saccharissa said to go. Now, where are those boobitubers?
Boušovo.
A troll.
Troll. Dobré, máme ho.
Oh, that smells awful.
5.
Only 4 more, thank goodness.
A
Revelio.
That should do it. I'd better get back
Máme
to
to.
Sakurasa now.
Jsou tady ještě pavoučky. Dobré. Vrať se k Sakris. Bylo 27 minut, tak tam doletíme. Doteleportujeme. Jdeme k Sakris.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Jde. Je stránka. Stránka lítavá. Stránečka, dokončený úkol. Dokončená výzva.
Sakurasa, I found the booba tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
Jasně.
Of course. Happy to have found them for you.
Thank you. And your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who would be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates.
Dobré.
One day the wizarding
Všech
world
máme,
will know
dáme
my
chvilku
name.
pauzu.
You will have been as
Budeme
well
pokračovat za chvíli. 9 z 18. Koukneme ještě do výzev. Máme 44%. My jsme něco splnili. A 70 pavouků. No jo, no.